It's got to go. There's a derangement forming and there's a cancer forming, and we just got to cut it out and stop it.
The cryptocurrency market is in trouble.
We got to move beyond this. We have to get back to positivity. We have to get back to the good story, to progress, and point out that we are still in the game. We didn't lose.
And this has nothing to do with where we are in the bull market or the Bitcoin price. Bitcoin is consolidating. That's normal. We saw it after the Bitcoin ETF approvals, consolidation. We saw it after the pump of the presidential election, and then consolidation. We are now seeing it after the approval of the stablecoin bill, consolidation, with the market structure bill Clarity Act coming in end of October. What's my point? My point is, if you don't think that the Bitcoin price, crypto market is going much higher, you don't understand what's happening.
A year ago, Jamie Dimon was saying, we're not going to touch cryptocurrency, and now they're probably running at digital assets faster than anyone. You see what BlackRock's doing. You see, as I mentioned, what Schwab's doing. You see what nation states are doing. You see what states in this country are doing. Look what Texas just voted on, right? In their legislature, literally being able to custody Bitcoin on their balance sheets, right? So all of a sudden you've got all these cracks in the dam that are breaking. The people who get in now are the people who are getting in early. I believe that with all of my soul. And this is a global asset. This is an asset that everybody wants. This is an asset. It's probably the only asset in the world that has limited supply. There's 21 million. There will never be another one, unlike gold, unlike other commodities. And I'm just watching it from afar as for the first time, the capital markets really have access to it or getting access to it. And so I think cryptocurrency is in its infancy. And I think the trajectory of Bitcoin and of digital assets is going to be parabolic.
So what's the problem? Why is the founder of the 11th largest cryptocurrency on earth freaking out?
It's pretty simple. It's not rocket science. Just treat people with dignity and respect, even if you disagree with those people. Yeah, there are times with a heavy hand, I lash out at people on Twitter. Yeah, I got 1 million followers. And maybe, just maybe, I get tired.
Now, breaking news, Michael Saylor's strategy was not included in the S&P 500's quarterly rebalancing. They, for the first time, did meet qualifications, but the committee did not select them. Eventually, it will happen, in my opinion. Now, Robinhood, the exchange, will make an unexpected entry. But really, there is so much upside potential in this market. And I am not a registered financial advisor. I cannot see the future. I'm just speaking for me, what I'm doing. But think about this. The co-founder of Chainlink met with the SEC chairman, Paul Atkins, today to discuss how the United States stays on the forefront of blockchain innovation. And you're bearish on where this market will be in a year?
Now to start at a high level, what did you talk about this morning?
So there were a lot of topics in the meetings ranging from transfer agency, which is a requirement for how equities and assets can be moved from different individuals and firms, onto compliance. Compliance was discussed, interoperability across chains was discussed, and also what can be done and what are the factors for having firms in the US do tokenization more so inside the US rather than outside of it. So I think there's now a very serious effort underway by the SEC at multiple levels to solve many of these open questions on transfer agency, compliance, interoperability. And I think it's all seeking to culminate in more tokenization in the US economy rather than outside the US economy, which I completely agree with as being the right goal.
Now let's talk about Cardano, because there's good news and bad news. And obviously with all this, it's every day. It's an ongoing story. So click subscribe to stay informed on this market. We drop one video per day, giving you an edge as an investor. The news today is Cardano's ETF approval odds surged to 87%, which is great. The ETF approval odds have climbed to 87%, with the decision deadline set for October 26th, 2025, as well as Cardano released their next Cardano Improvement Proposal, CIP, for public comment.
And I hope that Laos can become the great unifier to bring everybody together on this new paradigm.
Laos being a major milestone in Cardano's scalability push. Essentially, if you hold Cardano, how this would change things Think of it like a busy highway during rush hour. Current Cardano is like a 2-lane road where cars, transactions, pile up and slow everyone down. Leos adds express lanes for faster processing, letting more cars zoom through without causing crashes or centralizing control, resulting in smoother, quicker trips for all drivers, meaning users, devs, etc. So that's the good news. What's the bad news?
We've gotten a bit too in love with drama and a bit too in love with adversarial behavior. I have extraordinary disagreements with the CF because I live the consequences of their decisions. It makes it harder for me to do my job. It makes it harder for Cardano, in my view, to succeed. And we are denied community resources that could really help us out. We moved on. I still mention it because at times we get dragged back into the swamp. And this is an example of one of those wedge issues where we get dragged back into the swamp. But we have to just work and push forward.
The founder of Cardano is fuming at the Cardano Foundation over alleged $600 million malfeasance. Essentially, the Cardano Foundation was hinting or half accusing the Cardano founder of misappropriation of some funds, which he was cleared for. Cardano internal audit reveals no misconduct. This was from something that happened back in 2021. Finally, the audit came through, and it's all good.
The audit report is a great example of that. We work on auditors' time, not our time. If you go in and say, auditors, you need to come in and do something, they say, sure, we'll do it. And give us all your documents and give us unrestricted access to your people. And you do that. And they give you a rough idea of when they think it'll be done. If it takes extra time, it takes extra time. I can't do anything about that. But they're building. And we've already created the website where all the disclosures will be dropped. So we're just waiting for that final green light. And it's not a month away, but it'll take a little bit of time. And who knows, maybe this week, we'll see. It's ultimately up to them. Okay. But then instantly that gets translated to a bad faith interpretation of we're delaying unilaterally because we're hiding something, or we've actually forgotten about it and we lied and it'll never come, like Trump's tax returns. It's bad faith. It's absolute bad faith. And if we adopt this mindset that every single thing is bad faith, every single initiative and activity is bad faith, nothing is good enough, we will die as an ecosystem, because what you're creating is a toxic hellscape. No one will want to build in Cardano. No one will want to adopt Cardano. No one will want to be part of this community. Back in 2021, it was an overwhelmingly happy and positive community. People were filled with love and joy, and they really liked moving forward. I'm not going to lie, the last 2 years have been the hardest of my life. I've been at the center of basically every single day, relentless criticism. You say that Cardano is an underperforming asset. We're up 140% from 1 year ago. Bitcoin is up 80%. We've outperformed them.
Now, speaking of Cardano projects, even though World Mobile Chain started on Cardano, I believe, but they're multi-chain now, we are delighted that World Mobile Chain, WMC, the world's first L3 for telecom, is listed on Token Terminal. Why that's significant is because World Mobile Chain is one of the most active blockchains out of crypto because they have real users. They're upsetting the telecom industry. With 2.2 million daily active users, WMC is the 5th most used chain in the crypto space by real activity, and people are starting to notice. And the reason this is significant, we can go on Token Terminal, and I like them because they're a third-party sort of data aggregator, and we can see which blockchains are actually being used. So this is bullish for World Mobile Chain.
We just got to be a bit nicer, and we got to get this drama gone. It's got to go. There's a derangement forming, and there's a cancer forming, and we just got to cut it out and stop it. We got to move beyond this. We have to get back to positivity. We have to get back to the good story, to progress, and point out that we are still in the game. We didn't lose. We have great technology. We're where we need to go. We just got to move a little faster. That's it.
Click subscribe.